I have the greatest insurance salesperson I have ever known. Akash is here. Hello, Akash. Welcome.
Hi, Pratik. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So, a few days back, one of my, subscriber just asked what is the difference between SaaS salespeople and other salespeople. So, insurance is the one of sector which have very aggressive sales way, right? And that's why I wanted to have a conversation with you. So, it's sort of discussion that what is different in insurance sales and SaaS sales. So just wanted to make sure few numbers which going to give the idea that why insurance is very much important in India. So last year in 2020, 22, the first premium which have collected in India was 2,27,188 crore, which is round of $29.54 billion. Right? It's amazing. It's crazy, right? Where the like Indian SaaS industry was 3.5 billion revenue, which is totally, it's kind of 10%, 10 to 15% of insurance sales.
Right,
So
right,
the
right.
first thing I would like to know from you, what is totally different in insurance sales? So if I'm going to start my journey in insurance sales, what I have to do to achieve the numbers?
Okay, so first of all, Pratik, the number you gave, that is the first year premium more than 2 lakh crores for 21 22. Basically, there's another thing I would like to add is this is only the 4% of the entire population. So India mein, you can see only the 4% of people are actually purchasing insurance. So insurance penetration, जिसका 4% is only 2 lakh crore. You imagine if India becomes 100% insurance savvy country, what we can achieve, right?
Right.
And first and foremost, if I can share you my own experience, uh, insurance or finance per se, you know, you should have a thorough knowledge of what exactly are you trying to sell here, right? And mostly what happens is that we try to sell a product to a person. You buy this kind of a insurance or that kind of a insurance, but the point is to give a solution, right? So whenever you're seeing through a perception of sales, it should be more of a financial solution to the person rather than being a product, right? And
Right.
insurance as a whole, self life, yeah, general insurance means it's an ocean, right?
Right.
So as and when the discussion starts, we can have a discussion on that also. I'll explain it to you. कि क्या है नहीं है.
Yeah. So like you talk about the product solution, right? So I have seen कि जो insurance buying जो population होती है, जो लोग होते हैं, they are not so aware about the insurance. They are not so aware about the financial instrument which they are going to invest, right? The mass people in India, they don't know about the life insurance and general insurance. If I talk about SaaS sales, the people whom we are going to sell are very knowledgeable. They know what kind of solution they need, what kind of investment they need, what kind of SaaS product they need, right? So the selling to a person who are at CXO level, they are the owners, they are the entrepreneur, and they need SaaS solution, to selling a people who have earning of maybe 15,000, 20,000 of 1 lakh or 2 lakh, right? But they are the employee or they are the daily wages worker or something like that. So what makes you different in terms of selling those people who don't have knowledge, and how you educate them while selling the insurance product?
See, the basic difference of opinion in India is that there are two major difference in insurance. One is a life insurance, one is a general insurance, right? Now, life insurance is totally about securing. First and foremost, if I go by the definition, insurance means how you can mitigate your risk. It's basically a planning where you try to reduce your risk. अब रिस्क तो आना ही है, लाइफ में रिस्क है, तो रिस्क को रिड्यूस करने के लिए या रिस्क को मिटिगेट करने के लिए व्हाट वी हैव इज इंश्योरेंस, राइट? Now there are basically two different types of insurance, that is life and one is general, right? In terms of general insurance, which is mostly common insurance, is like health insurance, motor insurance, your two-wheeler, four-wheeler, whatever car you are having, you have insurance onto it, right? And when it comes to life insurance, there are different types of product. There is a term plan, there is ULIP, there is traditional, various different types of product. Now what happens is that my forte has always been into life insurance, right? So if in terms of selling life insurance or educating client, education is concerned, what I'll say is that, like I said before, there is only 4% of penetration of insurance. Only 4% of the entire population knows what insurance is or understands their need and requirement of insurance, right? So to penetrate and further acquire new business, we need to educate people. That is very important, right? And there are lot of notions regarding insurance की यार ये तो पैसे लेके भाग जाएंगे, या मैं सिर्फ गवर्नमेंट में इन्वेस्ट करूंगा या प्राइवेट में नहीं करूंगा, या इंश्योरेंस में करूंगा, if I invest in insurance must get. So there are lot of notions. Primarily जो मेरे ख्याल से जो लोग गलती करते हैं कि one should not be taking insurance as an investment product. It's not your savings, it's not your investment. Insurance is a product that you purchase to safeguard your investments, to safeguard whatever you have saved. कि अगर मेरे को अचानक से हॉस्पिटलाइजेशन होना पड़ा, 15-20 लाख का खर्चा आ गया, जो 15-20 लाख मैंने जमाया था, whatever 15-20 lakhs maybe I have saved, I would have spent it. But paying only few thousand rupees at 8,000, 10,000 rupees, I would have covered myself so much that any type of medical bills I would have paid it easily. So that is very important. This mindset and education is very important.
Right. So Akash, sir, yesterday I was reading one news. There was one incident happened just few days back. In short, I was reading. So basically, a person called a lady. He said that he won a 1 lakh rupees insurance, right? But she had to do 40 lakh of insurance to get that 1 lakh. So after get like mature amount will be the 41 lakh, right? And she gave around 37 lakh of premium in last 7 to 8 years, and then he just ran away, right? So in SaaS, you cannot run away because you are dealing with a CXO and people, and you
Right.
cannot just mislead those people. You cannot give fake kind of assurance that ये भी सॉफ्टवेयर में मिल जाएगा, ये भी मिल जाएगा, मेरा सॉफ्टवेयर आपको राजमा चावल ऑर्डर करके देगा, समोसे बना के देगा. You cannot do these things. While if I see the insurance sector where there's so many mis-selling happening, there's so many misguiding happening, right? So how you stand up different and how people trust you because you have worked more than 7-8 years, right? How you make sure that people are trusting you and giving you the money.
यहाँ पे I'll just take this opportunity to advertise myself. If someone is facing any kind of fraudulent or mis-selling or misleading kind of a thing going on with you, you can directly get in touch with me, because I am working as a consultant for any person to whom the insurance company or a bank or a mutual fund may have given misleading information, and now they are denying to give them their money back. So I am always there to help you out. That is one thing. Now coming back to your question, see, mostly what why financial products are very different from any other product is that we sell basically concepts, right?
True.
We sell an intangible product जो दिखता नहीं है. You cannot see it, you cannot feel it, right? Now even if I give you say online एक account भी बना के दे देता हूँ, you won't be able to understand क्या चल रहा है, right?
Right.
So obviously I can say, and like I said, there's only 4% of financial literacy in India, right? So if I go to you, so let's एक hypothetical situation लेते हैं. If you come to me and say, Akash, I'll give you this product which has these features, कि आपको ये tracking मिल जाएगा, वो tracking मिल जाएगा, and you use certain terms जो मैंने शायद कभी सुना ही नहीं, ठीक है? So I won't be able to understand कि बंदा बोल क्या रहा है, ठीक है? अब मेरे को, and now I think, okay, that is very lucrative. My business will be very easily done. Okay, let's go for this particular product, right? Somewhere down the line, if I feel I have been promised all these and I'm not getting this, what I can do is I can stop taking the services from you, But
Right.
in terms of life insurance, what happens is that we have invested a lot of hard-earned money into something, right? But there are ways of coping on this. How you can do is, first and foremost thing is, whenever you buy any insurance, right? You get the bond. You get a 15 days bracket of free look period. So
Mhm.
आज मैंने investment किया, the day I receive the bond, not the day I pay or purchase the policy. The day I receive the bond, from that day to next 15 days, I have a bracket to read all the terms and conditions, everything, and decide whether I'm going to go with this policy or I'm going to cancel this policy. If I'm going to cancel this policy, I can go back to the company and tell them, see, this is what has happened. For whatever reason, I don't even need to give any reason to the company. For whatever reason, I need to cancel this policy. And as per IRDA guidelines, the company has to cancel the policy and give me my money back, right? And there's a regulatory authority that regulates the entire insurance industry called IRDA, Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India. So whatever you face, you can always go back to the government, go back to the insurance ombudsman, file a complaint. First and foremost, you file a complaint with the company that you have purchased the policy with. Then, if you don't get any satisfactory reply or any services from their end, so you can always get back to IRDA and insurance ombudsman.
Okay. So, Akash, like while we are generating a lead for selling our solution, software solution, we have
Right.
process. We see that what is the company doing, what is the revenue that company is generating. Is there any specific numbers which they have, right? So let's say if I talk about transportation solution, I see what is the manufacturing capacity any plant have, right? If they have money, they are profitable or not for buying our solution, right? And
Right.
then we connect to those people, and then we try to sell our solution. In insurance, where your premium might be started with a 5,000, 2,000, and 10,000, maybe 1 lakh, 2 lakh, right? How you generate leads,
Right.
how you make sure that that person is qualifying at your particular buying capacity, or if I said that person is perfect prospect for your insurance, how you do that?
See, if you ask me personally, I can share you my experience, but insurance as a whole gets sold by a lot of different channels, right? So the company has a bank which is selling insurance products on its behalf. The company has broking companies, the company has agents, and the company has direct employees who are selling the product, right? Now, generation of leads, obviously, bank generates through its own clients. Now, the best thing or the basic, most easiest thing is going for a cold call. Now, a lot of time, a lot of people say that we don't have any data, which person to call and how to call. So I can give you one very basic, and you can utilize this for selling any product you want, like your insurance, your laptop. You want to sell anything under the sun, you can go by this tool. You take any yellow pages, right, or any telephone directory, just randomly call people up, say, introduce yourself first, obviously, like, sir, good afternoon, this is Akash Chatterjee calling on behalf of XYZ insurance company, and if you can give me a minute, I can take you through a financial planning that we are having as a part of our CSR. So this way you can generate leads. But the main tasking is, after generating leads, you need to identify your potential clients, and not by how much they can pay you, but what exactly their needs are, right? So you, how old are you? You are 27 or 26, I suppose,
Yeah,
right?
26.
So the reason 26. So the reason you will save, or the reason you will invest may not be the same if a person of 40 years old with two kids will invest, right? So you need to understand their need also, first and foremost. Then you can, custom make a product for them. It's not that you preset कि मुझे ये बेचना है या वो बेचना है. You make your product according to the need of your client.
Perfect. So you basically suggesting to have a cold calling, like it's totally different for SaaS sales. Like
Right.
we do cold call, but we first qualify those company and do the working and then call to those directors
Right.
and VPs, right? So now if I
Right.
talk about the sale tenure, right? In SaaS, the minimum sales tenure, the time which any sales take is 30 days to 60, 90 days, right? If I talk about the insurance selling prospect, like I guess it's very less. It's less than 1 day or 2 day or 7 days. Sometimes it's happened.
Yes.
Spot sales जो हम लोग करते थे, right? You're going on a meet and you're selling direct a check लेके आ रहे, right?
Right.
So what is the
Right.
tenure, average tenure of selling insurance?
See, if you are a good salesperson, right? And if you it takes a lot of expertise, lot of knowledge, first and foremost, lot of studies. You can do it like this. Even in 5 minutes, if you call someone up and you can close it. But that happens very rarely because a lot of things are required. Customer को भी थोड़ा बहुत knowledge चाहिए होता है कि he is also aware what is what. But normally it takes around not in days, in terms of 2 to 3 meetings are required to close a deal for insurance. Like first time you introduce yourself, you take down all the needs of the clients and everything. Maybe second meeting or third meeting down the line, you close it.
Right, right. Akasa, there's one more thing. Upselling is there, right? So in SaaS, the number of
Right.
upselling is, like not so good, right? Like if I sell up software solution, the second upsell will be happen after 6 months or 7 months or 1 year, maybe 2 years, right? Maybe I will not able to upsell my product to those company who are working from very long, maybe 3 or 4 years, because they don't need other solutions. But what about insurance? How much you do the upsell? What is the number of upselling you do on a regular basis?
See, it depends. First and foremost, upselling, we sometimes we do it in the first sale itself, right? Uh, for example, when you go to a McDonald's, right? You can individually buy your French fries, your burgers, and your drink, right? Your beverages. But what they do is they make you a combo. Like for individually, if you buy, you will be paying some 600 or 700. But if you buy a combo, it will be a 500, 550 kind of a deal. So what we do is normally we do the same thing, right? Rather than selling different products at different intervals, we try to make sure that we are selling 2 3 policies at then and there in the first group. Upsell, normally I would say takes minimum a time of 2 years to 3 years, depending on the you know capacity of the client as well. A lot of times we see if a client is a HNI, right? So we can go for a upsell after 6 7 months also. But normally, on an average, it takes around 2 years, 3 years only.
Perfect. So I was reading one book which was the Challenger sale, and the first breakthrough happened in sales industry was the keeping salesperson and collecting money person totally different in insurance. So earlier it was happening,
Correct.
the person who sell insurance was about to go and collect the check or payment on a monthly basis, so it was consuming too much time, right? So insurance sale was the first breakthrough sales strategy wise. They differentiate the SDR, sorry, the payment collector and the hunter. So basically farmer or hunting,
Correct.
farming and hunting concept came from that only. Now
Correct.
if I see in SaaS, this is used very drastically, right? So the person who's doing the hunting is totally different, and the person who's doing farming is totally different. But if I talk about insurance, this concept is still feasible. This concept is still there in insurance. If I see the LIC agent, they go to collect money and they try to sell to the nearby people, the neighbors or something like that. So how you work and what you have seen in your like 7 year of experience?
Mostly, Pratik, I'll say, the LIC agents, they work on trust, right? Their main key factor of selling policies is trust. So if an LIC agent comes to you, I'm sure your parents also may be having someone who takes LIC policies from them, and I'm sure that guy has at least told you 50 times, you are working, get a LIC done from me, right? So even I have that person in my family, and every single family has one LIC agent. लाइक दैट वो पहले जॉइंट फैमिली का मूवीज आता था ना कि एक डॉक्टर फ्रेंड हुआ करता था कुछ भी होने से सलमान दो 80s सलमान खान
Right.
मूवीज की दे यूज्ड टू हैव अ फैमिली डॉक्टर so every family has a family LIC agent, right?
Right.
So so for that reason, even today, mostly what happens is that insurance is based on trust, right? So people are not willing to hand out their check or cash into any unknown person, whoever it is, right? So there are basically two different segments of insurance buyers, if I may. Those who rely solely on that LIC agent ki wo aega, he will come down and take my check and everything. And what private companies are doing is that they're giving you all the service at your doorstep, but they're not sending anyone. You can pay your premium through your phone pay, your GPay, your net banking, anything, debit card, credit card, anything. So this makes it very convenient for all the insurance companies to get their renewals as well, right? पहला साल में तो मैंने पॉलिसी बेच दिया, but it's a recurring payment I need to take from the client, right? So they leverage on that technical part as well.
Yeah. So Akash, I know
And
like
right now, just to add one thing, right now even PhonePe is selling insurance, right? PhonePe and GPay, down the line Paytm will also start, so they are also now brokers for insurance.
everyone is selling insurance, but no one is insuring your goodness or happiness.
Right.
Okay, so Akash, if I see, like this, when I was in college, ICIC come to my college and they pick me from my college, and this is how I get into insurance. And after 9 months, I just left away, right? I didn't find, मेरे लिए शायद वो नहीं था. If I talk about the fresher who are coming in insurance sales, right, and they have very good, hunger to earn money and doing so many things, right? So how you treat them, what kind of learnings you gave to them, right? What kind of experience you share with them? वो पहला मंत्र क्या देते हो आप?
पहला mantra. Very, very nicely put. The first thing say, the first thing I would say is, I ask them to read about the market, read about finance, read about insurance, read about anything under the sun. Just keep reading, right? वो जमाना क्या है, like कि मंदिर में कोई पूजा करता है, not to demean anyone. There was a time कि कोई स्कूल का टीचर है, used to sell insurance as an agent, but they never knew anything about insurance, right? Someone who's मंदिर का पंडित जी है, वो भी इंश्योरेंस बेचते हैं. तो वो जमाना गया. Now you need to be very, very thorough about your product, very thorough about your financial knowledge. So the first thing whoever I am taking interview or whoever joining in my team, I just tell them that you should be knowledgeable, right? If you don't possess the right knowledge, you cannot give the right solution to your client. And if you cannot provide a solution, you won't be able to make any sale, right? मेरे को पता ही नहीं है, मेरे को सिर्फ प्रोडक्ट पता है, वो भी करने से नहीं चलेगा, because I need to understand what the product says, what the client wants, and what how I can give the solution to them. So this will be a basic thing that I provide as a first mantra to anyone who joins insurance as a fresher.
Nice, nice. So education is the key, right? पढ़ते रहो.
Yeah.
You also read a lot, right? I know there was a
Yeah.
quiz and आपको गेम में नहीं रखा था क्योंकि आपको सब पता था, so you became host. But
Yeah,
I
correct. Yeah, I remember.
yeah, YouTube have would won the entire game show, right? So how you make sure to, like, you just एक line मुझे याद आता है जब we were talking and you said having a knowledge is not important, showing that you have a knowledge is very much important, right? वो line मुझे याद है आपका. So how you make sure that when you are visiting a client, when you're meeting a client, you educate that person, and at the same time you're making sure that that person trusting you, that you know a lot about money.
See, Pratik, I'm not disclosing the name, but I have a client who has been the country head for KPMG and PwC, right? He has been a former chairman of FICI, and he has been a financial consultant for West Bengal government, right? And he happens to be my client. I'm not disclosing the name. And if see, if I can, sell insurance to a person of that, his knowledge is 1,000 times amplified than my knowledge. But the reason he would invest with me is because I know my thing, right? मुझे मेरा insurance या finance के बारे में I know A to Z. So even if I need to talk to him, I need to have that stature की सर मुझे पता है आपको क्या चाहिए. What exactly do you need? You tell me. I'm gonna give it to you, right? And he has his own set of wealth managers who's managing his own salary and everything, whatever he earns. So there's a team of wealth managers that's managing his wealth. But apart from them, he also does his insurance only with me. So the reason is that only, right? I showed him that you may be a big shot and everything. Your financial knowledge is 1,000 times more than mine, but what I know, what I do is far better than your wealth managers. That's it.
True, true. So you have to be very strong in your game, right? No one can beat you
Yeah,
in your game,
exactly.
and
Yeah,
that happens with the like lots of experience and lots of learnings. That's true. That's true. So Akash,
true, true, true.
just wanted to know how you approach people who are at that senior level, who are leading the entire industry, and they are very important. Same time, you visit people who are at 15,000, 20,000 salary, and they are daily wages people, right? They are travel, they don't have lavish life, right? So how make sure that at the both time, right? Because when I visit a people who are heading the entire company, I became like I have knowledge, but I am here to help you. When I meet a people who have very small company, so I become as a consultant, right? I work as a consultant that I'm here to help you grow your business. Where I visit a big company, I'm there to like automate their work. I'm not there to grow their business because that is already grown up, and I just here to automate your tiny part of your organization. So how you make sure that while you're visiting a company owner or something like that, they have very vast knowledge? What kind of difference you do in your pitch?
See, I will pitch as in depends on the circumstances. What exactly whom I am meeting and what exactly they want. And there's a quote of Bruce Lee that keeps coming on whenever you are scrolling your Instagram, like be like water, right? Water, you pour water into a cup, the water becomes the cup. You pour water into a bucket, the water becomes the bucket. मुझे exact याद नहीं है वो quote, but it's like be like water. So and another thing is see. Uh, the right sell. I used to work in a bank, say around 2014, right? And from there, I have learned is that every customer is supposed to be your customer. Customer Lakshmi hai, ठीक है? Any customer, whether he is giving you 1,000 rupee check or maybe 10 lakh rupees check, he is your customer and he is supposed to be your Lakshmi, your source of income, your source of bread and butter. You have to give that respect to that person. ऐसा नहीं कि for 1,000 rupees I won't go to him, talk to him or anything. You give that respect, and who knows, this client also has a potential to grow into being someone who can give you actually a 10 lakh rupees. And this has happened with me, right? Once upon a time I have sold him a 30,000 policy, 30,000 premium policy, and recently he has given me 3 lakhs of check, right? He has also grown in his life. You have grown in the last 4 5 years. You have grown. I have grown. Every single person is growing, right? So we should not judge and we should not do this to our clients. Every client should be treated well, treated with respect, because they are our source of bread and butter. We are because they are, right?
True, true, true. Okay, thank you for sharing so much knowledge. बहुत 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 ज़्यादा यादें ताजा हो गई मुझे iPro की that Garihad branch. Right, and he was there working on a floor, right? Samrat sir was there, Rupesh sir was there, right? So these people are giant. I'll try to ask them to come on my show, but maybe, yeah. Hopefully, okay. Thank you so much, Akanta. Last thing I would like to know: what is your three important learnings while doing the insurance sales, and why you love to do insurance sales?
First thing that I have learned, I will say from ICICI only, because uh, we used to have a value, company value, and every single company says about it, that is customer first. You should always, have this within yourself. Whether you are a business person, whether you are a salesperson, whether you are an entrepreneur, whatever, right? You should have this as your mantra, that customer first. Every entrepreneur you see who's doing good, if they are keeping their customer as a solemn importance, you will always grow in life. So that's the first lesson. Second lesson is, humility. Always stay humble, because we may think कि चलो बहुत काम हो गया. We have done a lot of things, lot of accolades, lot of degrees, lot of courses, lot of certificates, lot of this, lot of that. 5 pairs of Jack and Jones denims, this and that. But always try to stay humble, because the most knowledgeable person in the world was Ravan, but the only reason he went down is because of his ghaman, his pride.
Right.
So always be humble. And from the second lesson comes the third lesson, is that never stop learning. We should always have this, quest of constant knowledge. Buddha said it. The only nirvana, you can reach nirvana by enlightenment, which is by attaining knowledge. So always
Right.
we should look for knowledge. That's very important.
That's all. Thank you so much, Agasta, for joining, and it was great
Thank you,
talking to
Pratik.
you.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, it was very good, and you know, uh, thinking of those old days, we used to work together and everything, right? And hopefully, we will be working together in future. Let's see. Let's
Yeah,
let's let's
something
sit
is
down
very
and
cooking.
discuss one more. Yeah.
We'll disclose
Right, right,
that
right.
very soon.
Exactly. Very soon, very soon.
Very soon. So, guys, don't forget to like and share with your friends. And yeah, keep watching. Bye bye. Take care.